So as you know, so many smartphones have been delayed this year, but for the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, this just might be a good thing. And let me explain why. Are you ready? Let's go. So let me kick this video off with a question. Did you subscribe to WhatGear Reviews specifically for my Sony content? If so, let me know in the comments below, and also let me know where you're watching from as well, because I'm quite interested to know about that too. So every year Sony rushed their devices out in time for February at the MWC in Barcelona, but this year the MWC didn't happen, and that actually might result in us getting the most polished Xperia device ever. So while we wait for the official release of the new Xperia 1 Mark II, I thought I'd use this video as a little Sony fan brainstorming session just to get some ideas about what you guys would like to see on the devices in the future. So here's the first question. If there was one area in specific that you feel Sony need to really improve to stand out amongst the crowded smartphone market, what area would you say that is? Well, if you said camera, I've got some good news for you. Word has been leaked via the underworld grapevine that the official sensors are going to be 2 Sony sensors and 2 Samsung sensors. But check this out. The primary sensor will be a 12 megapixel 24mm f1.7 Sony IMX 557. Now the 557 sensor is actually a brand new sensor from Sony, and it's never been seen before on any other devices, and I heard this could be a Sony exclusive. And let me tell you why this is a good thing. The Samsung S20 and S20 Ultra use the IMX 553 sensor, and that's pretty awesome on that device. This sensor, however, is bigger, which means it's going to be more sensitive to light, which could mean we could see a really awesome night photography mode on the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. And this will be the first time we actually see a night photography mode on any Xperia device. So I'm super excited to be checking this out in the future. Make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications for those videos when I make them. Now the other Sony sensor is an ultra wide 12 megapixel 16mm f2.2. That's the IMX 363. And the 2 Samsung sensors are the telephoto 12 megapixel 70mm f2.4, which is an ISO cell. There's not that much information about this specific one out there at the moment, but I'll keep you guys updated as I find out. And the selfie camera on the front is actually going to be a Samsung as well, which is an 8 megapixel 24mm f2.0. It really surprises me that Sony rely on other companies for image sensors, but I'm sure there is a good reason for it. I'm really excited to test this phone out. There's loads of camera features on the Xperia 1 that we've never seen before on any other devices, so we can count on the cameras being pretty awesome this time. And I just want to add, I hope they do an auto HDR mode this time, and also I hope there's the option to put a Gcam mod on there so we can see what the Gcam's like on the Xperia, but only time will tell. Alright, now let's talk about some more confirmed information that we didn't know at the announcement. So it was quite unclear as to what storage Sony were going to use on the Xperia 1 Mark II. We speculated it would be UFS 3.0, and in fact now it has been confirmed that it is UFS 3.0, which means the read and write speeds on this flagship device are definitely going to be up to standards for this year. But there is UFS 3.1 out there, which is almost twice the read and write speeds of 3.0. Maybe they'll use 3.1 on the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II Pro, which I made a video about, and surprisingly not many people are talking about. I'll link that at the end of this video. You definitely want to check that out. And who knows, maybe we'll see UFS 3.1 on an Xperia 1 Mark II Premium. And here's the second question for you guys. Would you prefer to see a premium variant or a compact variant? If you had to pick one, which one of those two would you go for? Let me know, comments below. All right, let's talk about the release date. This is probably what a lot of you guys clicked on this thumbnail for. Word on the street is that we will see the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II go on sale at the end of April this year. But things are up in the air at the moment. The world is in crisis. But that's what I heard via the underworld grapevine. So fingers crossed we do see it then. And let's hope Sony actually ship this device to more markets this time. And here's another question for you. Do Sony Xperia actually sell devices where you live? Because I know some markets are being deprived of the Sony Xperia devices, and I have no idea why. And if you are in one of those areas, you could always import it from Europe if you need to. I know it's not convenient, but hey, it might be worth it with this one, because there's a ton of good reasons you might want to get a Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, and I actually made a specific video about the 5 top reasons you might want to consider getting that phone. So here's the last question for you guys. I'm really interested to know about this one. There's only 3 colors of the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II, but if you could pick any color, any finish like leather or pearlescent or two-tone, what color would you have the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II in? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to check out my top 5 features on the Xperia 1 Mark II, there's a thumbnail on screen right now. And if you want to check out the awesome Sony Xperia 1 Mark II Pro, which nobody seems to be talking about, I made a specific video about that as well. And let's not forget the Xperia 10 Mark II. Those thumbnails are all on screen right now. And if you just subscribed, you are now one of the finest subscribers known to man. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't be late.